charming new portrait of Prince George on his 5th birthday is released by Proud Wills and Kate, as we look back at his first half-decade of being a cheeky monkey and captivating the nation. Beaming for the camera with his trademark cheeky smile, Prince George poses for the official photograph taken to mark his 5th birthday today. The charming image shows the confident youngster relaxing against a wall in the back garden of Clarence House, the home of his grandfather Prince Charles. It was taken shortly after the christening of his baby brother Prince Louis earlier this month, and released by his parents, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, yesterday. George is wearing a £42 designer shirt and £44 navy blue shorts by fashion label Amaya Kids. Stocks are now expected to sell out. The London-based brand, run by Spaniard Amaya Arrieta and Ségolène Trisca, from France, has been a firm favorite with the Duchess since George was a baby. In 2015, a blue Amaya Kids cardigan sold out online within hours of George being spotted wearing it to meet his newborn sister Princess Charlotte in hospital. Prince George has every reason to be smiling this weekend, with reports that he will be celebrating with his family on the Caribbean island of Mystique. Still Kate's cutie, the birthday boy jumping for joy. Soldier, sportsman or clown for his cousins. Like any busy 5-year-old, there's really no knowing what Prince George will do next. Since his arrival on a hot July day in 2013, the little prince has brightened public life with his robust energy and good humor. His confident character shines through whether he's been written into the official royal calendar for a Buckingham Palace balcony appearance or spotted incognito on a family outing. And as he celebrates his 5th birthday today, it's clear he's growing up fast. Glimpses of him remain rare as his protective parents strive to give him a peaceful and private childhood. But the occasional happy snapshots that emerge from behind palace walls tell us a lot about the family life with his sister Charlotte, now 3, and their new brother, Prince Louis, born in April. So we know George loves dinosaurs, his favorite is the T-Rex, and is fascinated by volcanoes too. He's clearly a crack shot with a spud gun and is a fan of films such as Paddington, The Lion King and the Lego movies. He's so devoted to the children's TV show Fireman Sam that a princely visit to Pontypandy was written into its 30th anniversary episode. He can speak a little Spanish, thanks to his Spanish nanny Maria Teresa Torreon Barralo, and enjoys fun, educational trips to the Science Museum and Natural History Museum, both conveniently located just around the corner from his London home, apartment 1A of Kensington Palace. As for life skills, he's learning to ride a horse. He's tacked up one of Zara Tindall's Shetland ponies for lessons in Windsor Great Park, and is sharpening his early tennis skills too. He's keen to master his bike but really longs to drive a police car. A toy one was top of the Christmas wish list he sent Santa last year. He has already found his mountain legs with a ski holiday to the French Alps in 2016. And when the Cambridge family retreat to their country home, Anmer Hall in Norfolk, George can be found cooking and gardening alongside the Duchess of Cambridge. He leaves a sticky chaos in his wake when he's been in the kitchen knocking up a batch of the chocolate crispy cakes he likes to eat for pudding after his dinner of pizza and pasta. As for his top football team, that's easy. It's the same as his father's, Aston Villa. He's always been an ebullient and noisy boy, and William used to say he needed matchsticks to keep his eyes open because George, as a baby and toddler, was so lively. Today, while he can sometimes be shy in the spotlight, that characteristic is much in evidence at home. George rules the roost, the Duke admits. But Charlotte isn't far behind. As he enters his 6th year, George is an increasingly polished performer at official events, but as these off-duty pictures show, he's never far from fun and mischief either. And that's where his real charm lies for his millions of fans worldwide. He's at his cutest when he's making a right royal rumpus. Just when you've got used to a little sister, along comes Louis. He celebrates his 5th birthday today and has perfected a winsome smile for the cameras. But now cheeky Prince George, referred to affectionately by his father as a little monkey, has more growing up to do as a big brother to 2 younger siblings. It's the eldest child's prerogative to lead the others astray, and there was certainly mischief in the cherubic grin he flashed while perched on William's knee for the official portrait in the morning room at Clarence House following Prince Louis' christening. There was touching hilarity, too, as he and Princess Charlotte gleefully pulled faces while watching the RAF's 100th anniversary fly past from a side window of Buckingham Palace earlier this month. Their giggles revealed the obvious affection between the royal pair. The Duchess of Cambridge says the fun-loving duo enjoy making pizza together and getting their hands messy. And no doubt this will continue when Prince Louis is old enough to join the gang. There is a shyness about George, however, which suggests he may be happy to, occasionally, let his siblings steal the spotlight. Recent public engagements have seen the young prince averting his eyes from photographers while his sister entertains the crowds with a confident wave. It may help George to have a younger brother to further dilute the public's gaze. Stepping into St. Mary's Hospital to meet Louis for the first time in April, George protectively put his arms around Charlotte as the doors closed behind them. A sign that Prince Louis, too, is in safe hands. SHH. This is Great Granny's balcony, you cheeky monkey. As an heir to the throne, George is the undisputed boss of the most blue-blooded children's gang in the country, but even he can't afford to step out of line when they're all together. In this charming series of pictures, Savannah Phillips, the 7-year-old daughter of Peter Phillips, tries to shush George as he threatens the decorum of the Buckingham Palace balcony during last month's Trooping the Colour. With his parents' attention focused skywards on the 23 aircraft of the flypast, the little prince seized the chance to offer an unofficial commentary of his own. He refused to quieten down, so the Queen's eldest great-granddaughter simply stuck her hand across his mouth, breaking one royal protocol for the sake of another. George bore no grudge, though. Next day the pair were spotted romping happily together at a charity polo match in Gloucestershire. George is close to Savannah and her 6-year-old sister Isla, replicating the fond relationship William and Harry have always enjoyed with their cousin Peter and his sister Zara. George also loves spending time with Zara's eldest daughter Mia, who is 4. Her father, retired England rugby player Mike Tyndall, candidly described the first meeting between them when they were babies as carnage. The couple now have another daughter, Lena, born last month, and George's auntie Pippa is pregnant, meaning he'll soon be able to sign up 2 more members for his happy gang of chums. A prince among pages. It's no wonder Prince George is smiling so broadly. The boy who loves soldiers and the army got his own custom-made uniform inspired by the Blues and Royals for the wedding of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in May. The grown-up black trousers with red stripe and matching 3/4-length black frock coat were made by Savile Row tailors Dejan Skinner, who also made Prince Harry's outfit. George matched his uncle right down to the black Russia lace on the sleeves. The little prince's initials were monogrammed onto his uniform in gold, a dashing addition personally suggested by Harry. George, one of 4 page boys, at first looked a little overwhelmed by the grandeur of the ceremony in St. George's Chapel, Windsor. However, he fulfilled his duties impeccably, escorting the bride down the aisle before joining Sister Charlotte and the other smaller attendants in the side room during the ceremony. As the newlyweds began their walk towards the west door, George and his sister rejoined their parents. Emerging with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, an anxious George hid behind his father's legs. But by the time he was asked to pose for the official photographs alongside his newlywed aunt and uncle, he was back in better spirits, flashing his customary cheeky smile. A flying visit. Then off to start school. George's expressive face has won him a legion of fans over the past 5 years. He couldn't hide his delight when he climbed into a helicopter cockpit to be shown the controls by his father on a royal visit to Germany last year. And we could sense his glee through the helmet he jammed on his head. Equally obvious was his failure to hide his weariness as he touched down at Warsaw's Chopin Airport with his family as they began a 5-day European tour. Prince George started school in September, enrolling at Thomas's Battersea in southwest London, with his father. But the first day at school is a daunting experience for any little boy, even a future king. And even worse when Mummy can't be there. The Duchess of Cambridge was bedridden with severe morning sickness in the early stages of pregnancy with Prince Louis. William introduced George to the head, Helen Haslam, who shook the schoolboy prince by the hand before leading him inside. My, how he's grown. A moment's formality. But giggles are not far off. It may be a formal family portrait to commemorate Prince Louis' christening. But George and Charlotte are clearly just moments from mischief. With one hand tucked casually in the pocket of his shorts, George's eyes may be wide and solemn, but there is a hint of a smile playing around his mouth. By his side, Princess Charlotte struggles to stifle a giggle, and baby Louis coos up at his doting mother. A rare moment of stillness amid the glorious chaos of the Cambridge's family life.